Intel Gamer Days is running from September 27th to August 5th this year, and Intel and Newegg sponsored this video where I will be taking on another tech YouTuber to see who can build the best $5,000 gaming rig. That's right, Robeytech. I am laying down the gauntlet. It's more of a figurative gauntlet. The point is, you guys will be the ones to vote for who built the best PC, and you can get a chance to win. Just make sure you stay tuned later in the video because there's gonna be some important details to remember. All right, ready, set, go! It's Intel Gamer Days, so obviously the heart of our system is gonna be a Core i9-11900K. This puppy's got 8 cores, 16 threads, and turbos all the way to 5.3 gigahertz. Beyond that, as long as it's in stock at Newegg, we're allowed to spend our budget on whatever we want. So, believe it or not, we didn't go completely balls to the wall for our motherboard. We've gone with a Z590E gaming Wi-Fi. This has got all the features that we need with nothing that we don't. That means support for Wi-Fi 6E, dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet jacks, up to 4 M.2 NVMe SSDs with 2 of them supporting Gen 4 speeds, support for up to 128 gigabytes of DDR4 5333 RAM, and of course support for NVIDIA SLI. Okay, I lied. It does have some things that are not entirely necessary, like the extensive RGB lighting, but whatever, we had $5,000 to spend, and it's not our money, so. Obviously, because we're working with the same budgets and the same constraints, no custom water cooling, no case fabrication, and no vinyl wrapping, I think there's a strong possibility that Justin's and my machines will end up being quite similar in terms of the base hardware. So where we have to differentiate is in our style. Watch this flourish. CPU installed, as well as with our paint job. And I've got a great theme for our machine today. It's going to be Robeytech themed. So for all the haters out there that wanted to vote against me, well, you can't really do that unless you vote against Robeytech. You either vote against the Robeytech PC or the PC built by Robeytech. Damn. For system memory, we've gone with a total of 32 gigabytes of Trident Z Neo RGB RAM from G.Skill. This stuff's rated at 3,600 megatransfers per second, CL16, and of course, supports RGB synchronization with the rest of our system, which is the most important feature. Now, we could have gone higher end with our budget, but this is a great balance of high performance, reasonable price, and just plain, it works out of the box. Because the thing about, 5 gigatransfer per second memory or whatever is that it's not just dependent on the memory in the motherboard. You also have to kind of get lucky in terms of whether your CPU's integrated memory controller can manage to take it that high. Now it's time for storage. We could have gone with mechanical storage, but we didn't. We decided, come on, this is a $5,000 machine. So we've gone with 1 terabyte of PCI Express Gen 4. Wait, what? That's better. We'll be using a Sabrent Rocket 4 Plus 1 terabyte for our boot drive. And then for our mass storage drive, we're using an XPG SX8100 4 terabyte. No mechanical storage for whoever wins this PC. Did I perhaps blow the budget a little bit, upgrading this drive without telling Anthony, who did the parts list? Maybe. Look, I'm doing it for the people, for the potential winner of this computer, Intel Gamer Days. Now, I have no way of enforcing this, but honor system guys, as we prep the case and get our cooling installed, try not to look too closely at the custom paint job, okay? Because I don't want to spoil the big reveal at the end. It's got a custom paint job on it. Since custom water cooling wasn't an option, I went for the next best thing. This is the iCUE H170i Elite Capellix from Corsair. And since that name doesn't tell me really anything about the product, I'll run you through it. It's got a triple 140mm radiator, includes Corsair's ML series magnetic levitation bearing fans, and okay, it told us one thing. It's got their Capellix style dense RGB array thing built into the CPU block. It also includes a 6-channel RGB and fan hub. Only one small problem. It's not gonna fit in like this, and we're not allowed to modify the case. There we go. You might say we're cutting corners. I think we got it. I'm gonna put some fresh thermal compound on our CPU. And now I can throw this puppy on here. Man, this thing is coming together. This is why I was so particular about the magnet in this screwdriver being super strong, because when you've got thumb nuts and you're trying to put them on, you need it to really grab onto them, they're heavy.
Future LTT store.
FutureLTTstore.com. For now, oh, the shirt Jake's wearing. Great new design, retro GPU design. It's the closest thing to a GPU you can actually buy. Oh yeah, just like that. Oh, so clean. So clean. And all we had to do was cheat a little. I guess we better put the power supply in. Ironically, we won't get to use one of the coolest features of the ROG Thor 1200 Platinum, which is, of course, this little built-in display here, which can tell you power consumption, fan RPM on the power supply, all that kind of cool stuff. But that's okay. It's still a nice, high-quality, 80-plus Platinum 1200-watt power supply. For our graphics card, we've gone extreme. Because of our budget, we were able to afford not only one of the most expensive, but one of the physically largest graphics cards on the market. This thing is an absolute chungus, exceeding 3 slots wide. But theoretically, this is what's gonna give us the cooling performance we need to run this thing at max speeds all the time. It's got a freaking built-in display, triple fans, and a sleek looking aluminum backplate. Check this out. If the system felt kind of empty before, I've actually seen people on Craigslist, and Andy, you've seen the same thing, right? Yeah. With this particular card, because they got it in a Newegg shuffle or something like that, but they want to trade it for something else that's smaller because their case just won't fit it. Hey, it fits great in here. Oh, yeah. We're gonna use our cable combs here to give these a nice, tidy, consistent look coming out of the graphics card. Maybe space them like kind of, come on. And now I've put this off as long as I possibly can. Cable management in this case, actually really quite excellent. I'm impressed. Oh snap, there's a thing I didn't plug in. Boop. You ready, Andy? Here we go, good luck everybody. Okay, all the RGB lights are on. That's a good sign. Our display is on. Yes, woo! Fan controller's like, yeah, we're not really doing anything. These maglev bearings are incredible. It's time for the finishing touch. This right here is my Robeytech stencil. What do you think, Andy? Like right there? All right, I just gotta get in my sticker application stance here. Oh shoot. It's too tall, I have to do it again. This is gonna lose all of its stickiness by the time I'm done with it. Okay. Now, most of my painting experience is painting houses. So this Iwata Eclipse HPCS is a little overkill for me, but hey, fundamentally, I at least know how it works. Start with a white base, you know? Want these colors to pop. Does this even actually call for shaking it? Okay, I think I've decided what I want to do. Okay, we're gonna do another hit of that. I can call it a hit if I want. You got some white stuff on your face. Yeah, it's nothing new. Okay, I need a paper towel. Okay, I don't want to overdo it. Should we call that good? Full disclosure, I didn't do most of the painting, okay? Nicholas Callanan did it. You can see it uses the same angular finish as the Meshify 2. He sanded down the Fractal logo, so it's gone from the front, and put a Robeytech logo there. I think I'm finally ready to configure my RGB after 15 minutes of installing these utilities. We're going with static red, because I don't care anymore. Static red, boom. Oh, the graphics card. 12.7% of my CPU is being used up by iQOO. Are you f***ing kidding me, Corsair? It's the size of a graphics driver. Screw it. I'm just leaving them on Rainbow Vomit. I give up. I'm just gonna uninstall the utilities. Performance comes first. RGB configuration woes aside, I think this is an absolutely fantastic looking machine and with specs to match. It's got this great red, gray, and white color scheme going on the front. The cable management is absolutely sublime. You can hardly see a cable in this thing. And I think the paint job that Callanan, and I guess I also contributed to, makes it just the right amount of Robeytech without being, too in your face. I think all of those things together should be enough to get your votes, but if they weren't, we've got the fastest gaming hardware that money can buy with an RTX 3090, 32 gigs of 3600 megahertz CL16 memory, and of course, at its heart, the Core i9 11900K, which boosts to up to 5.3 gigahertz. And actually, you can fine tune it to go even higher with Intel's Extreme Tuning utility. It's got a bit of an unconventional cooling layout, but it seems to be surviving our torture test with Cinebench and Furmark running, and it doubles as a space heater for your hands on cold days. So, your hands get cold gaming, you can. The finishing touch for my masterpiece. And all that's left is for you guys to vote. Intel is giving away 4 PCs. This one, the one Robeytech built, and 2 additional ones, and you can find all the details and submit your votes at the link down below. Voting ends September the 4th, but the sweepstakes is actually open until September the 27th. And whoever wins, me or Robeytech, we get to pick one of our viewers and give them a rockin' laptop. It's a Gigabyte Aero 15 with an RTX 3080 and Core i7 11800H. So no pressure, but you should probably pick me. At least that's what I think for now, but I haven't seen Robeytech's build yet, and I'm about to. Wow, he went all out on the paint job. That's looking pretty sweet. Wow, that is a very over-the-top look. Not gonna lie, that's a sick machine. But consider this, okay? Robeytech clearly installed the RGB utilities. Which computer would you rather have? Mind you, you could just get his, but then uninstall them. Enter the sweepstakes, go check out Intel Gamer Days. We're gonna have all those links down below, and we're gonna have Robeytech's channel linked down there, so go check him out. He does lots of builds, especially live streams and stuff like that. It is worth having a look at.